Top Reddit stories. Top Reddit stories is what you want. Top Reddit stories is what you will get. Welcome, ThreadTalk podcast. I'm your host, Denver, joined here with my beautiful wife, Teresa. And we have gone through our favorite Reddit categories. We're talking, am I overreacting? Am I the asshole? Today I fucked up. Best of Reddit updates. Gone through, sorted through the top most upvoted stories of the last week. We do this every Friday. Best of the week. If you guys are new, welcome to the best of the week Reddit stories. Let's get going.
Let's freaking go.
Let's go. Ooh.
You or me?
I will go first. Let's just start this off right away. Get it out of the way. Everybody's been loving it lately. r/jokes.
Okay.
I said to my son, I need a battery so I can tell the time. He asked, is it 4 o'clock? I answered, ... I don't know. That's why I need the battery. I don't get it.
Is it 4 o'clock? Oh, I don't know.
I need the battery so I can tell the time. He asked, is it 4 o'clock? I answered, I don't know. That's why I need the battery.
I actually don't really get it either.
Top comment says, took me a second, but that actually landed. Peak dad joke energy right there. Somebody else said, waited 3 times longer. Still hasn't landed. I don't get it.
Batteries so I can tell the time. He asked, is it 4 o'clock? I don't know. That's why I need the battery.
Someone said, how will you set the clock if you don't know the time? Okay. Hear me out. Have you ever thought of this? By the way, that one was posted 2 days ago with 3.2 thousand votes. Have you ever had this thought that I've had this thought? How do you measure time? And I don't mean like, how do you measure like the seconds and the minutes and the hours? Because, you know, we pull out our devices and they tell us the time. But how do the people manufacturing the devices to tell time?
Oh, like what are they going off
What
of?
are they going off of? How is it that when you make a clock, how are you able to calibrate your watch to tell a second? How are you able to measure a second? When we measure time, like we have the devices, like when we start our stopwatch, okay, boom, we measure time. But how do we know that the 1 second that it counted was actually 1 second? How do all of these people manufacturing all of these different types of devices that tell time, how are they always consistent? And with that same thought that I have, how do we measure distance? And, you know, we grab a ruler, right? And the rulers have the centimeters on it. How does the manufacturer have the master ruler that makes sure all the duplicates are all 1 centimeter? How do they know that what they're putting in is accurate to 1 centimeter or 1 inch? How do we make that happen?
Yeah, like they need a ruler to make other rulers.
Right? You need like the master one.
Yeah.
How do you calibrate to make sure that your things are always up to spec?
I mean, it makes sense with the resources that we have now.
Yeah.
Right. Like now I wouldn't question it, but if it was like 20 or 30 years ago.
Well, they've been measuring time for how long?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
By the sun. And we determined that 365.25 days is what it takes for the planet to revolve around the sun. I get all of that. And I totally understand it. But how are the manufacturers? What is the process that they go by? They're like, yep, this clock is accurate. How? How?
I don't know.
It's like magic. It's like electricity. It's like our cell phones, like Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, freaking magic.
Yeah.
Radio waves, even telephones, by like how you could pick up your phone and have a conversation with somebody through the telephone wires. All freaking magic to me.
I agree.
Modern day magic.
I agree.
I get there's science and proof behind it, but it's basically magic. Human magic.
Okay.
All right, over to you.
Oh, that's your one and only?
I can go again.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
You already let me go. All right, this one's coming from Am I the Asshole, posted 5 days ago with 17,000 upvotes. Title is, Am I the asshole for making a stink at school and forcing the teacher to change my kid's math grade?
Ooh.
My kid, 4th grade, has been struggling in math. It's been an ongoing issue. This whole year, she has struggled with multiplication and division specifically. It's been a constant issue, and it got even worse when they moved on to multiplying and dividing with multiple digits. We've tried the school's tutoring, but overall she's just not getting it. She doesn't get the method they are teaching. She gets it wrong like 80% of the time. It isn't easier and it's just more steps. Example, multiplying. You break up the numbers, draw boxes, then multiply and finally add them all up. I decided to teach her the way I learned and she understands it. Homework is a million times easier now because she can actually solve the questions. The issue is that my daughter had a math test last week and she came home upset. She got a 50% even though she got most of the answers right. She missed 2 out of 25, so it should have been a 92%. I had a conversation with the teacher and it boiled down to she didn't use the method shown in class. I pointed out that the test just said to show their work and not show a specified method. The teacher basically went too bad and that if it happens again, it will be a 0. I was fed up and went to the principal. I'll admit I made it a big deal because I think it's ridiculous that she got penalized for getting the right answers using a different method. It's math. You can solve problems in a lot of different ways. The teacher was brought in, she was forced to change my daughter's score, and they said it won't happen again. She can find the right answer any way she wants as long as to show her work. The teacher was not happy. My wife thinks I was being an ass and keeps bringing it up. She says the teacher has other things to deal with and that I went overboard. Did I?
No, not at all. Absolutely not. There's more than one way to get to the answer. And my wife thinks I'm being an ass and keeps bringing it up. So you would rather let our kid fail and basically teach our kid that you have to do things exactly as your teacher says or your boss says that you have to do it, and you're not allowed to problem solve, think for yourself, and come up with creative solutions, which is real life.
Exactly.
What you need to be able to do. There's so many people who are very smart, very, very smart, but they only know how to do something one way. And when they're in a crisis mode and something goes out of order and they don't know how to diagnose and problem solve and get back on track, they're like, well, I did it this way and it went wrong and I don't know how to backstep and be creative and get back on task. And that's what this teacher is teaching. Wow.
I love that they specified here that it's said to show their work and not a specific method, because that's really important. I do remember in class, in school, we would have to show a specific method. Like the test would ask, like, do it this way or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't think of an example right now, but I mean, that's always.
Okay.
Bad math should apply always.
I get what you're saying. I do remember some tests where they're
calculating...
like, here's the new strategy that we're learning to do it. Show your work here.
Yeah.
But I think they're like grade 4, simple multiplication math. This is not like grade 11 algebra.
Yeah.
Show your work.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell even is algebra?
That's what I'm thinking of. It's like, I'm back to my calculus days in grade 12. But 4th grade math, multiplication, there's many ways to do it. Division, there's many ways to do it. I mean, going to the principal and them agreeing with you says everything.
The principal agreed with me.
You need to know,
If the principal told me shut the fuck up, get out of his school, and I still have an issue with it, okay, maybe I am wrong. Let's double check. No, I'm not. The principal's okay, we're going to switch schools. But then you have the principal on your back.
Yeah.
And the only one who's happy is your teacher and your wife, who they're not happy.
Tell them to get over it.
Yeah. I remember when I did grade 10 math, and I was doing so good. It was the best class I ever had. I had a 98% throughout the whole semester till my grandmother passed away. And then it dropped me down to a 92% because I missed a couple tests. And then when I moved schools, I came to the Catholic school in Keswick. And then I was like, I did so good in math next year. I'm going to go up a grade, because there was always college and university tiers for math for Canadians. There's like the 2 tiers, and there was a half a tier at this school. It was like halfway in between. And I was like, I did so good. I got 92%. I should go to a harder class. I'm so smart at math. And I got destroyed. This teacher was terrible. She would teach us one way to do the math problem, and then when it came to our test, it was a completely different example. And I was like, I was telling the teachers, the principal or the whoever I talked to get out of this class, because I did get out of it. And I was like, the teacher taught it this way during the school days, and then when it came to the test, it was completely different, and I failed the tests. So I was like, it's the teacher's problem. And I was able to work with them, and they pulled me out of the class, and I dropped back down to the regular grade 11 math, and I did booklet work just in the back of the classroom just to finish that off. And I finished that stuff like 3 weeks early than school ended with great grades in that program, because I wasn't wasn't following the teacher anymore. And I don't think it was the extra schoolwork that was hard for me. I think it was the teacher's teaching.
I think teachers, they play a big role in how you comprehend new methods.
Yeah, most of the other kids in the class, I remember them agreeing with me, and some of them were like, "Damn, I wish I could have done that." And I was like, "You should have spoke to your guidance counselor?" Yeah, I think that's what it was that helped me make that switch. Like halfway through the semester, I was finally like, "I'm failing. How am I failing? I had a 92% in math last year. Like I know math."
Mhm.
We came to revisit some of the topics that linked with last year's stuff, and I aced that stuff. But everything else that I was trying to learn from her, I was like, I can't learn it. And then I went and did the booklet work, and I did great. And everybody was like, "Oh, you're right." And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Also, speaking on topic of like magic and stuff, isn't math?
Magic.
Yeah, like we're
Oh,
on
from
the
before?
yeah, like
Like, we're talking about math now.
yeah, but isn't math magic? How did we come up? We just created these numbers, 1 through
No,
10.
we can't take credit for this shit.
Humans, we are humans, and humans created it, so therefore it's a we. We came up with these numbers: multiplication, division, bedmass, algebra, all of that stuff, and it all works. How? You divide this number by this number, the square root of this equals this, pi, all of that stuff. All of that stuff for some reason works with these magical symbols that we made up. And then we like measure things and all of, like weights and how does all of that shit actually work? It's craziness to me when
Yeah, it kind of
I
is.
think about it sometimes.
For me, math kind of it makes sense to me because I like math.
I like
I'm
math
good at
too.
math, but science doesn't make sense to me. Like, ask me anything about science, like my mind goes blank. I don't understand shit.
I like science too. I like it all, but I'm just saying when you think about like where it came from and how it all lines up, like, huh? How?
Yeah.
Craziness.
Crazy. All right, top comment says, "Not the asshole. This is coming from an engineer. I have done so much math. You can solve questions using a ton of different ways, and some people just don't understand some methods. That's fine. I still find some methods confusing, so I just don't do that method. If your daughter got the right answer using a different method, it is fine. She knows how to multiply now. That is what is important. There will be more and more situations where you can solve stuff different ways and more methods that she will find confusing or easier. It's math. Also, the box method isn't even good for longer multiplication. It will be dropped in middle school. It is just one way to learn multiplication. The box method just breaks it down more. Some kids like it, others don't, and it makes it confusing. There are so many ways to learn how to multiply."
Yeah. And I feel like as a teacher, you're doing your students a disservice by just putting them in one small box.
I agree.
And like, this is the only way to
Yeah,
do
you
it.
should be encouraging them to use their critical thinking.
Exactly. As
And
long as you got the answer and you showed work of how you got there,
yeah.
then you're good.
Yeah.
Because when you don't show your answer, then maybe you cheated. So
Cheated, use a calculator or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Back to me. Okay, this one's coming from Am I Overreacting? It was posted 3 days ago with 11,000 upvotes. The title is, Am I Overreacting for Wanting to Quit After This? So my current manager almost always gives me a hard time with requests, saying, quote, I can't guarantee anything, and only saying yes the very last minute. With this specific situation, I had requested almost 4 weeks in advance to just have one of my days off be this day. I would still be working my 5 days in a work week, but since I work at a hair salon, we're open 7 days a week, so it would literally not change my hours whatsoever. Unfortunately, she did not give me that day off. My manager put herself working for that entire weekend, me and one person on the Saturday I requested. Then my other 3 coworkers that Sunday, since Sundays are typically busier, she had told me a while ago that she feels as though it is, quote, going behind her back to make plans without her permission.
What?
If I ask a coworker if they're okay with switching before I ask her, well, even if they were okay with it, I get turned down. Not sure why, since both shifts would be covered. So I end up asking my coworker out of curiosity if they would have taken my shift, and they said yes. But since she already told me no, I quite literally can't. And I'm not sure if her response means that I will get in trouble for calling off using my PTO as a sick day or not. I'm really irritated. How am I supposed to plan my life out if requests aren't guaranteed and I'm not allowed to switch shifts with people? It literally makes no sense. I really want to call off, but I don't want to get in trouble, even though I never call off. In the 2.5 years of working there, I've called off 4 times, all for legitimate reasons too. sick, or car issues. Am I overreacting about this situation? Is it legitimate that she is telling me no to both things? This and other instances of her being weird about certain social situations makes me want to quit. It's just hard because I love everything else about this job. And the text bubble says from OP, hi, can I switch either person or person for the shifts on these dates? If one of them says yes, my mother and brothers are visiting that Friday and Saturday. The manager replies and says, I'm sorry, I'm not able to honor that this time. OP replies and says, can I use my PTO and use it as a sick day then? I can't miss this. They had specific plans with me and paid for my ticket. I tried to request as far in advance as I knew about it. And the manager replies and says, OP, not every request is approved. And OP replies and says, I understand.
That's so annoying.
That's brutal. Not every request is approved. So it's like the manager has already decided, I'm only going to approve every 1 out of 5 requests for my employees.
She's on a power trip.
2.5 years.
Yeah, that's a long time, too. That was shocking.
Been dealing with this?
Yeah.
You got thick skin.
Yeah.
I'm out first time this happens to me.
For sure. For sure.
I got an unreasonable manager, and as soon as I realized they're unreasonable, we're looking for another place to go.
Yeah. And it seems like the only thing holding her back is because she loves everything else about this job.
Yeah.
You'll find that love at another company.
You
at
will.
Another hair salon.
I believe in you.
You're still doing the same act of hair.
You can find another salon to go to.
Exactly.
There's a lot of salons.
Exactly. You'll make new friends.
Yeah. If somebody's willing to like cover your shift, boom, easy. I remember I had like when I was in the Moxie's restaurant and I wanted somebody to cover my shift. You know, the manager, if you want at the last minute to switch your shift, it's on you to get somebody to take your shift. If somebody's willing to take your shift, you can take the day off. Not a problem. If you know, in the normal schedule, say, hey, I want to take this time off. Mm-hmm. And as long as you've given enough time, they move the schedule around. Never had an issue. And the only is like last minute. She says she did this 4 weeks in advance. Shouldn't be an issue at all to get somebody to fill your shift.
Yeah, 4 weeks in advance. Yeah. I'm trying to think back to my Cora days. I'm pretty sure my manager would give me a hard time too if I if I ever like requested a day off without using. Actually, no, I never got days off. I never got PTO because I was only part-time.
Yeah, you only came on the weekends, right?
Yeah. So it was because the thing was there was only us, like the core staff. So we didn't have extras. Like I was set to work every weekend. So taking a day off would hurt.
I guess it depends on your staff roster. Like I guess when I worked at Moxie's, there was a lot of part-time people. Most of what I remember, the waiters, the barbacks, everybody like that, they were all part-time. Like there was nobody who was working 5 hours of shifts. They're all like university students who were just picking up once in a while, like 4-hour, 6-hour shifts, like twice a week. And when you have a large roster of part-time people, easier to fill those gaps.
Yeah.
When you have less people that are more full-time, I guess it's harder to like fill in those gaps.
Yeah, like with Cora's, it was only open. Like I mean, it was open every day, but the part-time people couldn't work during the week because I mean, most of us were in school and stuff. So we would only ever work on weekends because it was open from 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. until 3 p.m.
And your part-time rotation was more of like to help out on the busy weekends. That's what
No, there was no rotation is what I'm saying.
That's what I
mean. Every week.
The part-time people on the Cora's staff, like they came in every week,
every
weekend. Not like they kind of filled in the part-time jobs throughout the week.
Yeah.
You're not overreacting, OP. You need to
get a new job.
Get a new job. Put your foot down. Don't accept toxic workplaces. There are better places out there for you. I guarantee it. You just got to keep searching.
Yep.
Top comment says, start interviewing elsewhere. This salon cannot be so special that you cannot find a similar or better opportunity elsewhere. And somebody replies to that and says, and your clients will follow.
Exactly.
And somebody else says, people keep fixating on this one event. That's not where your focus should be. A job will let you go without warning and replace you without a second thought. That's the reality. Income matters, yes, but you'll have multiple jobs over your life. You only get one family. They won't be here forever. Missing time with them will stay with you a lot longer than any temporary work setback.
Yeah, like once
Yeah,
it
that's
starts
deep.
bleeding into your personal life and any kind of job, you
Yep.
you gotta cut your losses there.
Somebody says, the move is this 4 weeks in advance, quote, I am not available on X date. Schedule comes out with you on that date, quote, reminder, I am not available X date. If they don't make the change, don't show up. You gave plenty of notice and you weren't available that date. Any manager that won't allow a shift trade cares more about the power trip of control
Yes.
than actually getting the work covered. This is not someone you want to work for. I know it's easier said than done, but enjoy your time with your mom and brother. If they fire you, file for unemployment. And either way, start looking for a new job. Not overreacting.
Yeah.
That's it. Boom, boom.
Yep.
Bada bing, bada boom. Done.
Yeah.
All right. Back to you.
All right. Okay, this one's coming from relationship advice, and it's actually number 2 of the week because number 1 of the week was already read on Patreon episode 96, and that title was I, 27 female, pregnant, can barely eat, and my partner, 31 male, didn't sleep because I ate McDonald's.
Oh, yeah. It was a
That was
good
a good one.
one. If you guys wanted to see, sometimes Patreon, we got the best stories on that. Teresa found that before it got up to the top of the week, and we read that on Patreon. So, come check out Patreon. We appreciate all the support.
Okay, so number 2 of the week is my partner, 34 female, quiet quit our relationship, and I, male 37, need closure. So this has 3.7 thousand upvotes. We had been together for approximately 4 years, engaged for the last year, bought a house, had big plans to ride off into the sunset together. It was the best 4 years of my life. We were absolutely crazy about each other. She didn't break up with me until I forced her to make a decision because she was quiet quitting in the last few months, i.e., being distant, cold, not engaging. She never had the gall to actually do it. So instead, she just became a bad partner until I had to begin the discussion. I'm absolutely devastated. I can see why she became unhappy. I became busy at work right after we bought the house. It's a fixer-upper. With my job and the house, I will definitely admit that I neglected the relationship, but never to the point that I was a bad partner. In my mind, it was just a tough time that we had to work through, and I was happy to do it with her. I took it all on. She claims she stopped asking to do things together because I would always say no because I was too tired at the end of the day. She claims that our life goals didn't align, but she never really communicated what hers were. Mine were to get married and get a house. Kids were always a question mark for the both of us. She always said she wanted to travel. She went on 3 tropical vacations last year, multiple European countries the year prior. I thought that box was checked for her. Last November, she went on a trip to French Polynesia and then met up with me in the Caribbean for a friend's wedding. December was great with all the Christmas parties, but once the party subsided, I began to notice she was on WhatsApp a lot. Turns out she's been talking to a guy she met in Polynesia 3 times or more a day, texts and calls. I never thought she was capable of cheating, and I honestly don't think she did. I just find it absolutely wild that she wouldn't talk to me about fixing the stuff before she started considering talking to another man so much. We're separating, selling the house, etc. I've never been so heartbroken in my life. I've worked so hard for our shared life, and she just wants to chase butterflies. I need closure, though. Why couldn't we work it out before it got bad and the damage done? Maybe I'm just ranting, but I'd like to know anyone else's similar experience and input.
Oof. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm a little bit torn on this one.
Yeah, because, I feel like we have this bias to always agree with OP right away in all
Yeah,
the stories. And I don't know if it's not hitting that hard for me on this one. I'm
me
kind of like,
too. I'm not like fully
well,
sold on it yet because,
you did fully engage in work. You did fully go into a project, and then you did stop doing together things with her. You stopped initiating them too.
yeah,
And as a partner, yeah, you try to like do all the things, but sometimes you just feel like I'm tired of being the one who always initiates. I want my partner to initiate these things with me too. And you get a little burnt out, and you get a little spiteful, and you get a little withdrawn.
like, okay, it sounds like the way he described quiet quitting, being distant, cold, not engaging, that sounds exactly like what he was doing. Like,
Yeah.
he just started it, and she was matching his energy.
Who quiet quit who?
Right? Like, I get it. You were busy. You probably decided on this house together, and like maybe.
Or maybe he made a unilateral decision on the house that was a fixer-upper that she didn't want to do.
I also had that thought.
Because there is a part here where he says, my goals were to get married and get a house. Her goals were to travel. She went on 3 tropical vacations last year, multiple European countries the year prior. I thought that box was checked for her. He's like,
you want to stop traveling.
You went on so many vacations. Now you stop. Now we get a house and we get married. And she's like, I don't want to stay in one place. I want to continue to travel. A travel person doesn't
just go here and there and then they're like, oh, I'm done.
Good. No. They want to keep traveling. So I just think that OP's the problem and they're like misaligned. And yeah, maybe she did quiet quit, but you know what's worse, the quiet quitting or in last week's episode, the one who broke up with him and then expected to stay in the house?
Oh, was that Patreon though?
Maybe that was Patreon. I forget.
I don't remember.
Somebody broke up with their boyfriend and then expected to stay in their house.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember when we read that.
He wanted her to leave and she's like, I can't afford to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe this girl, that's why she quiet quit. Because she's like, I'm going to make a smart decision here and not kick myself out of the apartment that we live in. I'd rather quiet quit.
And honestly, to me, it's not quiet quitting. To me, it's just literally matching his energy. Like it seems like she was always the one initiating everything.
Exactly.
And she just stopped doing that.
If you take advantage of your partner in that sense, or not take advantage of, what am I looking for? Not appreciate your partner.
Mm-hmm.
If you continue to not appreciate your partner will eventually stop doing things for you.
Mm-hmm.
They will stop going above and beyond. And yeah, I guess you could call that quitting. When somebody's so fed up, they quiet quit. Sure.
But you did the same.
I did?
Not you.
Oh,
like OP. I did?
Oh, what did I quiet quit? I thought you did the same and you're going to say an example. Throw me under the bus. Run me over.
I would never. Top comment says, closure is a myth. Go to therapy.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's an update. What do you got for me?
Okay, wait, but I'm not getting... Okay, I want to read another comment because I don't know what the people are thinking here.
Okay.
You said, quote, I will definitely admit that I neglected the relationship, but never to the point that I was a bad partner. Unfortunately, it's not you who makes that call, and she felt you were a bad enough partner to vote with her feet.
Facts.
There's a memeable statement made by blokes, and it goes, the divorce came out of nowhere. Because the divorce is only a surprise to the bloke involved since the signs were there all along.
Oof, yeah.
You even mentioned some yourself. Her quiet quitting was her disengaging and giving up on the relationship, and I'd put money on the fact that she tried and tried before she quit. She stopped asking you to do stuff because you kept rejecting it without ever realizing that she had to carry the weight and the responsibility of it all anyway, only when you made her ask you. You made her responsible for trying to control and manage your household responsibilities too, and then you rejected her requests. Don't you think she was tired too? But when does she get a break? She was already experiencing tough times, but you expected her to carry on when she was already buckling under the weight. You can talk about other people, but the fact of the matter is, most of the time you are not competing with another man. You are competing with how much easier her life becomes without you in it. If she has been carrying the mental and emotional load, then the likely reason that your relationship collapsed is that she wasn't willing to carry your relationship and be the emotional bridge between you anymore, and you never learned how, so you couldn't pick up the slack.
Oh, facts.
I feel validated.
Okay, there is a part, like I said, she goes on 3 tropical vacations last year, multiple European countries. What do you mean she? She went to the French Polynesia and then we met up in the Caribbean. It sounds to me like she's taking vacations without you. And I don't know if we're just like enmeshed and we're the fucking problem over here. But I would like to think that Teresa and I are super happy. We love our relationship. We are super happy with each other. We talk about it all the time. It's really obsessive. Maybe we're the problem. I think
we are.
We're bordering on the problem. But in our little bubble, we fucking love each other and we're very happy. And
that's all that matters.
Exactly. And what we do is we have got we have not gone on vacation together since we started dating. We have not taken separate vacations since we started dating. We traveled together.
I've been on a vacation.
When? Where? Where'd you go?
In the beginning, when we were dating.
The beginning?
Yeah.
Within the first year?
First year.
That's valid. That's fair. Once we started living together, we have not had separate travel vacations. You're my favorite travel partner.
Me too.
I don't want to travel anywhere if I'm not traveling with you.
Me too.
So I don't know if that's like we're the problem. We're fucked up. We're so obsessive.
I think we are a little bit.
Or
we know this, though.
That's the sign of a very happy, healthy relationship because they're over here taking vacations by themselves and they're not having a good relationship.
When people would talk about like girls' trips or whatever,
I don't get it.
That would be
boys' trip?
My worst nightmare, actually.
Yeah, I don't get it.
My worst nightmare. No, because like I wouldn't mind going together with other people.
Yeah.
But I need you there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have fun if you're not there.
You're my fucking wingman.
Wingman?
Of life.
Okay.
You're my ride or die. You're my partner. You're my...
Wingman has different meanings.
I know. But I just meant like you're my co-pilot.
Yeah.
You know, you're my freaking goose, my maverick.
Yeah.
You don't know what that means.
It's Top Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I also thought that. I was like, okay, but I didn't want to say anything because I do feel like our relationship is a bit different. Like I know other people, like even in our lives, like your sisters, they will go on vacations without their partners and
they do.
So I think it is nervous. What? I think it is normal
to do that.
To do that.
Maybe.
But yeah, just in our relationship, we don't do that.
We got rose-colored glasses on.
8 years in, baby.
Let's go. Gotta keep it going. 8 more to come.
That's it? We're stopping there?
Every time we like hit a milestone, I'm like, can't wait for the next 4 years with you. She's like, we're gonna have more than 4. I'm like, it's just a saying.
I hate that saying.
We did 8. Can't wait for the next 8. Did 9. Can't wait for the next 9.
Okay, the update says, new information has been obtained proving that she did in fact cheat on me. No closure required. Onwards, I guess. Big thanks to those of you who provided similar experience and input on moving forward. Your thoughts are much appreciated.
Yeah.
Doesn't really sound like he reflected at all. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Didn't learn anything, but
yeah.
Okay, onwards, I guess.
Yep, onwards. So they said that the French Polynesia is like an island, no, I looked it up, and it's like an island, and it's like south of Hawaii, in between Australia and South Africa. And I was watching a 1VM video earlier today, and it was also on like a French island, but that one was off of like the side of Madagascar, La Reunion. It's crazy to me that those are considered like France. It's considered France, but it's nowhere near France. Like these other countries have just claimed these islands that are nowhere near the homeland, and yet that's considered their territory. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's also, I'm pretty sure Aruba is also like a Dutch island.
Yeah. Well, and like Pirates of the Caribbean, the movies of like them going in between the Caribbean, like that's all British colonies.
Yeah.
In the Bahamas and the Caribbean.
There's no Canadian islands out there, are there?
Yeah, right. It'd be nice if there was like a Canadian tropical island that we could just go move there, and we don't have to like become another citizen or anything like that. Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would be.
You know what's
Let's put a pitch, or let's start a petition for Canada to acquire an island.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to be like Trump and buy Greenland? Like,
no.
Like that's. I don't think you're supposed to say that kind of stuff nowadays, because that would be like you got to displace other nations in order. All land is claimed. So if Canada wants to own an island, they got to take somebody out to get it. That's not the Canadian way.
Okay, obviously that's not what I mean. I just
you just wish there were some vacant islands that we could go discover, like Columbus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just have to find another planet.
Yeah. I do find it crazy when you're on Google Maps and you like look at the Earth view, the oceans are all like so blue, and then when you zoom in around Cuba, the Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, you can like clearly see the more turquoise water like cut out around the really, really dark blue ocean from the satellites.
Mm-hmm.
I find that crazy.
I was actually reading a Substack article. I'm not sure if this is really relevant, but it was a theory as to why countries close to the border are usually in more poverty than the rest of the world. And it was just the theory was the fact that either if you're living in the land, like oh sorry, in the lowlands, it's hot. It's not conducive to a good work environment because people are less efficient when they're hot. And it was basically like explaining that. And then it compared countries that actually live more in like the highlands, like in the mountains and stuff
Right.
where it's cooler and they're happier, they're more efficient, but then it's more expensive. You have to get stuff,
There.
yeah, you have to get stuff there and stuff. So it was a little bit interesting. I never really thought like I remember as a kid, maybe not really as a kid, but like maybe in my teens, like going to the Caribbean or whatever, and always thinking like, wow, it's so beautiful here. But
Yep.
they're always like it's always, like Cuba, for
Yeah.
example. Like we would go to Cuba a lot. And it was, everywhere else but on the hotels, like in the resorts, it was poverty.
Yeah.
And it was always, like, confusing to me that it was, like, so beautiful, but everywhere we went was, like yeah, it was just a lot worse off than, like, where we would live. And
Right.
I never, like, dug into that, like,
Makes sense.
why
Yeah.
why that's a thing. And yeah, it kinda does make sense.
I guess, yeah. When the hotness is nice for a vacation, but 365, 24/7,
Yeah.
like, yeah, different environment.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back on track here. All right, this one's coming from r/best of Redditor updates posted 3 days ago with 11,000 upvotes. My circumcision went horribly wrong many years ago. Parents received settlement. Now I'm 18 and they're refusing to give me the money.
Oh my god.
This was originally posted May 17th, 2015 to r/legal advice. So the post goes, all right, so as a result, I have part of my penis removed, including the entire tip. I know the hospital did settle with my parents. They always told me that the money is invested for my future. I'm 18 now. I want to use this for my education this year, but they haven't given me any details. They keep telling me that it is too soon and they will do it in due time. Is there any way for me to find out where this money is and access it? And was the money required to be put somewhere safe for me? Or could it be that my parents spent it and are just buying time with me?
Oh my god.
Coming from Seattle, Washington.
That's twisted.
Yeah, that's sad. Just feel sorry for this guy.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
A relevant comment says, I'm betting that money is gone. This sadly happens a lot. I'd outright ask them if they've spent it all. Their reaction should tell you everything.
Yeah.
OP replies and says, I see. I'll bring this up tonight and ask for a straight answer. This is so unfair of them as I counted on this money for my future. If I knew it doesn't exist, I would have planned differently.
I would also like to know, like, if they did spend it, why did they let him know about this settlement?
Why'd they even
Like,
tell
why
him
this
about
money?
it?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm imagining he was probably a baby
Yeah.
when this happened.
So that I don't think they would have any need to fully disclose it.
Exactly.
Unless they disclosed it when they had the conversation of why his penis doesn't look the same as everybody else's penis.
But they could have left out the money part
Could have.
if they were like horrible parents,
Or if they're decently not horrible parents. I feel like the most horrible parents would tell you about the money and then would also spend it. Slightly less horrible parents wouldn't tell you about the money. They would just spend it.
I guess.
You know?
Yeah.
Another commenter says, 90% of the time, when parents act shifty about something like this, the money has been gone for 10 years. I'd prepare yourself for that possibility. That's not to say your parents necessarily did anything illegal. Even in a custodial account, your parents are allowed to spend that money on things that benefit you. Education expenses, private lessons, new clothes for you, even prorated portions of their rent. They can't waste the money on fine wine and couples massages, but if they spent the money in ways that benefited you, it's not outright illegal. Your first hope at tracking it down is the IRS. If it's in an interest-bearing account in your name, then the financial provider will have to be producing 1099s in your name. And OP replies and says, okay, this was helpful. Do I need to go down to an IRS office or can I track this down over the phone? Or do I need a lawyer to do this for me? And somebody else replies and says, Washington lawyer here. There must have been a minor settlement case filed. The money was supposed to go into a blocked account to avoid the exact thing that happened to you. It's not your parents' money, it's yours. If it wasn't handled properly, then there is a lawyer or a law firm out there who is responsible. If you go to the clerk of the court, you can get the details. Then start looking for a malpractice attorney to help you. I'm sorry this happened. It wasn't supposed to be money for your parents to squander.
Oof.
So an update comes in 3 days later and it says, I talked to my parents. Turns out they used the money to buy the house that we live in and start the business that my dad runs. My dad showed me that I have ownership of the business as well relative to the amount that my money was invested in. He said he will start paying me money from the profits, which I will use for education. They said since I'm an only child, all of this will come to me anyway. I'm happy about all of this. I had prepared myself to hear that the money is gone, but now I feel bad for ever doubting my parents like that.
Okay, but why couldn't they just tell you that up front?
Maybe that.
Why did they say, "Oh, in due time, son"?
You know, I feel like there's a lot of parents out there that they feel like they don't owe their kids full explanations. They say, "Just trust me," and that's all. You're not supposed to question them ever.
Yeah, but an explanation was gonna be had eventually when you paid him. Like, if they actually had intentions of paying him up front,
right?
I'm still a little bit fishy. I'm suspicious about them.
Yeah, maybe they're just gonna plan on paying for the schooling. I'm not 100% sure.
This is something that you should have just been upfront about in the beginning, but I'm glad you pushed. And honestly, like, my gut instinct is saying that the only reason they're doing this for him now, or they're saying that this was the plan all along, is because he was pushing.
Right?
And he was digging a little too deep.
They created the business and then he had ownership of the business because the money used to create the business was under his name.
Yeah.
But they never told him about it.
Yeah.
But they did raise him to know that that money would be used to pay for his schooling. So maybe if they were really trying to hide it, they would never have told him. I don't know.
I don't know. I just find it a little bit weird that,
sus.
this update comes 3 days later and now they're like, "Oh, yeah, don't worry, we're going to pay you from the business." Why couldn't they tell him that 3 days ago?
Right? Right away.
That's so weird to me.
Little sussy.
Well,
all right. Back to you.
All right. This one is coming from BOR Updates, posted 1 day ago with 2.1 thousand upvotes. Title is, My husband wants to go back to being monogamous instead of an open marriage, but I'm conflicted. Me, 43 female, and my husband, 42 male. We've been married for 19 years and I have an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old. Earlier this year, my husband broached the topic of a non-monogamous marriage and asked what I thought. He proposed we give it a try. Before we had kids, we were really adventurous in our sex life. We never did an open marriage or swinging, but after considering it, I was game. I missed the adventure we had when we were younger. We set out rules, used protection, not in our home because both of our kids still live here, etc. I've really enjoyed this so far. My husband has approached me again and said he wants to go back to monogamy. He said the person he had in mind when he broached the topic, a woman who has a membership at the same golf club as him, rejected his request for a date. He said he hasn't had any dates or partners and said he is jealous of my dates and boyfriends. The thing is, I'm conflicted. I love him, but I'm also enjoying this new aspect of my life, and I haven't felt so good or enjoyed myself in a long time. He says he is jealous, but this was his idea, and I'm not stopping him if he wants to date. But I am conflicted because this could cause issues in my marriage. I recognize that could happen.
You already have issues with your marriage. Why is it that every time we read one of these open
Tale as old as
relationship,
time.
fucking tale as old as time, but why is it that every single one, not a single one, has not been the guy has somebody in mind when they broach the subject? I don't know this for a fact, but I do believe that if you want to have an open marriage 20 years into your marriage and it's going to be successful, you cannot have anybody in mind. You can't have anything lined up. You can't have anything that's set up and then falls through. It's got to be a completely clean slate.
Yeah. Honestly, like, if anybody out there is listening that they're even considering this in a relationship, I think this is your sign to put that clause into your agreement. You have to say you have not known this person prior to agreeing to this. Whoever you are getting with needs to be someone that is an absolute stranger right now.
And I think if you approach your spouse and convince them to go into an open marriage and you have someone in mind of as soon as they say yes, I'm going to that person, to me, that's cheating. I view that as cheating.
I agree.
Yeah, it's got to be completely clean slate. And also, like, why is it that nobody tries the swinging? Why are they not trying the swinging?
Do it together.
Do the swinging. Be swingers, because it says we never had an open relationship or swinging, but we had an adventurous sex life. Why not try the swinging? Because if it was truly about spicing up the relationship, I think your partner would be like, hey, like, why don't we go to this like little sex club, little swingers bar, little fucking something? Why is it always let's have an open relationship? Yeah. And then because you know why? You know why? I know why. Because they have someone lined up.
It's always.
They always have someone lined up. That's why.
Always the case.
Yeah.
All right. So an update comes 3 years later. Oh my God, it just came out yesterday, March 27, 2026.
Ooh, perfect.
I forgot that I even made that post. I was only reminded of it because my email address was already tied to an account when I tried to sign up for Reddit. I completely forgot that I posted here. This update will be a short one. As of 18 days ago, we are no longer married. Back when I posted here, my ex-husband had wanted to close our marriage again, but I didn't want to. It caused a lot of problems for us. We were separated for the mandatory 2-year waiting period, although my husband kept trying to convince me to come back to a closed marriage during that time, even though he was the one who applied to dissolve our marriage. Then, after the separation period, he tried to delay the process at every turn. There was no way we could have remained married because he wanted to go back to a closed marriage and I didn't. I have to pay him maintenance for 1 year. I do not have to pay him any child maintenance. Both of our children go to university in Auckland now, though I am still paying most of their expenses. I don't regret my marriage ending. My focus is on making sure my children have everything they need and living my life.
Sheesh. Classic.
Maybe the fellas want to think twice before they bring this to the table.
This is a classic Reddit story. This is like sitting down to watch an old Disney movie. You know, it just comes around every once in a while. Just such a classic.
We know the ending.
Oh my.
I think I've seen this film before.
Yes. All right, so this one's going to be coming from r/confession posted 6 days ago with 15,000 upvotes. Title is, I saved thousands of dollars by sneaking into the dorm cafeteria for food.
Ooh.
During my freshman and sophomore years, I was on an athletic scholarship and food was included. My junior year, I tore my ACL and stopped playing, and I lost my meal plan. I was essentially on my own. No support from my single mom, and dad wasn't in the picture at all. I got a job on campus, and that covered my rent, fuel, books, and tuition. I had no extra money for food or extracurricular activities. My campus job had a fat stack of free mini pizza coupons from Pizza Hut. I took every single one of them and had a mini pizza every day for about 3 months.
Damn.
I also would sneak into the dorm cafeteria to eat lunch. I would wait for it to get real crowded, and while a large group of students would gather to swipe their meal cards to enter, I would try to blend in and I'd walk right in. I did this a few times a week for 2 years. I remember thinking that if I got caught, I'd play the victim card and basically make the argument that I was literally a starving student. I saved thousands of dollars in food. Saved me.
Love that.
Good job.
Love that for you.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, hey, at least you committed to your studies, committed to going to school, and you figured it out away. Yeah, like you had your job. Like that's so tough because he's got the part-time job. He's doing all that stuff, and he literally still can't afford to eat. Fucking brutal, the life that we have to live in the systems, school systems that we have.
Yeah. Mini pizza every day for 3 months is crazy.
Yeah. Someone replied in the top comment says, You should never have to do this. I'm sorry you're hungry, and I hope you're doing better now.
Yeah.
And somebody replies and says, complete bullshit that a student athlete loses their scholarship if they get injured. If they voluntarily quit playing, sure. But if injured and can't play, they should be required to keep the scholarship.
Right?
I think so
Never
too.
thought of that.
In the motocross, I was listening to an interview and they were talking about the factory rider of they have like injury clauses. And if they get hurt, they no longer get their weekly paychecks on some of the sponsors and some of the teams.
That's crazy.
And it's kind of bullshit. I wonder what it's like in other sports too. But if I get injured at doing the sports activity, playing soccer, and I get an injury, I should be fully covered. If I go off and I was mountain biking when I'm a professional athlete and that's not my sport, and I get injured, okay, maybe that's where the injury clause. But if you got the injury clause for doing your job, you're practicing, you're actually at the event, and you get injured, you should still be paid. And I think with a scholarship, if you get injured on the field, you should still be paid. Like, that's not your fault. You were doing your job when you got hurt.
Yeah.
Not fair.
I agree with that.
It is what it is, though. Welcome to life.
Damn.
Back to you.
All right, this one's coming from Petty Revenge, posted 5 days ago with 5.6 thousand upvotes. Cut me off? Enjoy the free shower. I'm not usually petty, but this put a smile on my face. Driving to work on the highway, I was cut off / very nearly sideswiped by a lady in her top-down Volkswagen Beetle. Punch buggy, right?
Does anybody else play that game, Punch Buggies? Every time you see a Volkswagen Beetle, you punch your spouse or poke?
Denver and I still do that.
Yeah, Teresa swings haymakers and I give her a little poke.
Okay. She came to the outside lane. I was in the middle of overtaking her with no indication and left literally inches between us. Of course, I gave a little beep, didn't sit on the horn or anything, didn't flash, and wasn't aggressive in any way. More of a, hey, you sort of nearly took us both out. Maybe watch where you're going sort of way. Silly bint, slow down right then. Her and her mate flipped me off, and then she went on her merry way. I thought no more of it. Couple of miles up the road, and I passed them. Well, she pulled up behind me and was right up my arse, flashing, for zero reason. I didn't even realize I'd passed them again. I decided my windshield needed a spray, so I gave my windshield a nice long stream of washer fluid. Of course, some of the spray, when I say some, I mean the best part of a pint, went right over my roof, considering the highway speeds, and gave the two ladies a free shower. Funnily enough, they backed off after that. I forgot she was in a convertible.
Yes. If I have done this before, if you just hold on your washer fluid, I remember you were in the car and you're like, why is your washer fluid still on? I'm like, oh, I'm trying to spray the guy tailgating me.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I remember that because I was holding it for 30 seconds. You're like, why are you wasting all your washer fluid? It's just to screw with the guy behind me because he's tailgating me. Goes right over the windshield and it goes into them. And he had his windows open and like the mist whips in. So convertible, yeah, you'll feel it.
You did it to someone in a convertible?
No, I just did it to a guy who had his windows down.
Oh, okay.
So I can imagine the convertible would even be better.
Yeah.
Even better.
That's funny. Top comment says, the most fun vengeance ever.
Nice. I will admit, I am guilty of if somebody honks at me unreasonably, I may or may not let off the accelerator.
Mm-hmm.
Worse is when the car in front of you is slowing down with not even any brake lights. They're just getting slower and slower. And you're like, what the heck? I've been spiteful on the road sometimes. The best is when you like take up the fast lane. You got a jerk trying to speed behind you on the highway. And then you come pull up beside a tractor trailer and then you got the same pace of the tractor trailer. And then they're just stuck behind you. It feels really good. I will admit that it is slightly dangerous because then you're encouraging them to like rapidly cross lanes to get around you. And some people say that you are now the problem for impeding the speeder and making them do dangerous maneuvers to get around you.
I would agree.
But it's still their fault too because they're the speeder doing dangerous maneuvers to get around you. So you both have
let them kill themselves.
Yeah, but it's not them killing themselves. It's them then killing the other people that are on the road because you blocked them. And then they went all crazy. And then maybe they hit somebody else trying to get around you. Crazy people out there.
Exactly. Crazy people out there. So why fuck with them?
Yeah, just get out of their way? So that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I think you're right.
I am.
Okay. Back to me. This one's coming from r/AITAH. Posted 5 days ago with 22,000 upvotes. Am I the asshole for telling my wife to get a job if she wants to subsidize the kids? Up until our youngest kid graduated from university, I worked crazy hours out of town to pay for everything. I worked 6 weeks of 12-hour days. Then I would get 3 weeks off. That worked out to 56 hours a week if you average it out. I've been doing this since I was 35 years old. It allowed my wife to stay at home and take care of the kids in the house. We also used it to pay off our mortgage as well as buy new cars for cash whenever we needed. I'll describe our budget so you guys can judge. After taxes, we used my take home pay to pay the mortgage and the bills. We then paid into the kids' college funds, then into our retirement fund. Then we topped up our retirement account. We put money into our emergency fund. Then whatever was left, we split 50-50. Our tax fund was our vacation fund. Now I'm 55 and I'm tired. My body is beat and I need to slow down. Our kids are both through university, both got their degrees and have jobs. I did my part. The company I work for had a job open for an office job. I applied and I got it. It's a 9 to 5 city job, 40 hours a week, better hourly rate plus other compensations. However, it is a lot less money without the overtime. I was getting 44 hours a week of overtime. That's huge. But we have money in the bank and I have an easy stretch until I retire. My wife, however, is upset. Both kids are, quote, struggling. For the record, they live at home rent-free, but they want cars and apartments of their own. They can afford that. They just won't be getting luxury cars and huge apartments. We no longer have a mortgage, and my wife and I are both driving vehicles purchased in the last 3 years, still under warranty. Our budget no longer has education funds either. We still have more than we need, and my wife and I each have $1,000 each month to spend however we want. I am saving up for a new garage/shop. My wife has been giving hers to the kids. She is hinting that I should also contribute. I think I have contributed enough. I told her to get a job. She is only 46. She can go to work and give them her salary. I still provide housing and food for all of them, so she won't starve or anything. Her and the kids think that I'm being cruel, and one of the little shits said I was being lazy by cutting my hours so much. This is my hill to die on. I've done the hard work long enough. I want to enjoy my life. Am I the asshole for telling her to get a job and give them her money?
Oh my God. The audacity to call him lazy.
My youngest kid graduated from university. Okay. So that means all of your kids are old. Adults. And he said, "You're lazy because you won't buy me a new car and a better...
You won't fund my life.
You won't fund my life." Oh, you're going to fucking regret that, but you're out. You're out.
I would disown you.
You no longer... Oh, I'm not going to disown you, but I'm going to tell you what. You have earned a reward. You have earned my help. You're right. I have been lazy. I'm going to stop being lazy, and I am going to help you pack up all of your stuff into boxes. I'm going to help you rent a moving truck, and I'm going to help you move the fuck out of my house.
All on your own.
No, I'm going to help you do it.
But yeah, but on your own.
Yeah, like you're going to pay for your apartment that you move out of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to help you pack your boxes. I tell you what, I'll even buy the boxes for you. I'll rent the moving truck. That's it. You tell me where you want the moving truck to drop off your stuff, because one way or another, that moving truck is coming in 4 weeks. You have 4 weeks. This is the day. The first of the month is your moving day, and everything is set up for you to be moving out. So you better tell me where this truck is dropping off your stuff, because if it's not, it's going to the city landfill, bud.
What are they doing with their lives? Are they just like post-grad? Like, what are they chilling? Are they working? Are they trying to find themselves? What's going on? I want to know, because the wife is already giving them $1,000.
Right?
Probably split between the two. So $500 each.
Yeah.
A stipend each month.
Yep.
That plus a job, whether that's part-time or full-time or whatever. They're living at home right now, so they can save up to get whatever they want.
Yeah.
Even if they just banked the mom's allowance.
Right?
That should still be enough to
right?
Get on your own 2 feet and get the hell out of there. No, that's... Oh my God, I feel so bad for this poor guy. He's literally worked his ass off. And now the last 10 years of his, not last 10 years of his life, he's not passing away at 65, but the last 10 years of his working life.
He just wants to take it easy. Sounds like he had a physically demanding job and he just wants to chillax. Bro, he put you through college. Talk about ungrateful. Like, how much more do you want? It's like what's the expression? You give them an inch and they take a mile. Yeah.
Literally last week's episode.
Like once they get a taste, you know, they can't, their fucking hunger is insatiable, you know? They get a little bit and they want more.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, have they ever said thank you?
Right?
For everything that you've paid for, like all of your labor. Have they ever thanked you for that?
Yeah. A lot of people come at him in the comments, and he does make a couple comments and says, to be absolutely clear, neither of my kids attended an Ivy League college. If your kid graduated from Harvard, you would say they graduated from Harvard College, right? And then in another comments, he does say he makes $150K a year.
Okay.
So I don't know if that puts anything in perspective for the story and stuff for how much he makes. He does make a lot of comments, a lot of comments. So if you guys want, the link is down below. If you want to click on that, more comments than I can go through. It seems like he's got 100+ comments on this post. He replies to a lot of people. So if you guys are interested on more of that, the link is down below. But top comment says, not the asshole. Your children need to learn to stand on their own 2 feet. How incredibly entitled of them to expect that you continue to fund their lifestyle. What the hell are they using their degrees for? Tell them to grow the hell up and sort their lives out. And OP replies and says, one is a teacher and one is a social worker.
Okay. So
they
both
salaries. Have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
They work at home and they want dad to go back to work to buy them a better apartment.
They live at home.
What did I say?
They work at home. No, they work in a school.
They're about to start working from home because I'm about to make them my bitch. They can pay for their own shit.
That was good.
All right, back to you.
All right. This is going to be my last one.
I got Jack.
Yeah, I see that.
He left you and he came over to my couch.
Yeah.
My couch is better than your couch this time.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Your butt juices must smell.
Actually, you know whose butt juices were in the spot that Jack is right now?
Luna's.
Luna was sitting here earlier today. We started the episode when I started filming. Luna was where Jack is right now. But then before I sat down, she's like, I'm out.
All right. My last one comes from r/advice, posted 5 days ago with 1.6 thousand upvotes.
Okay.
He brags about his high income, $150K, invited me to his brother's UK graduation, and then conveniently doesn't include me when buying airfare. He and his family are sharing a hotel room. Is this breakup-worthy behavior of him?
Okay.
I'm 30 female and he's 31 male. We're on the East Coast. I've been dating this guy for a bit, but have known each other for 20 years, and he recently invited me to go to the UK with him to celebrate his brother's graduation. It sounded nice at first, and I was open to it. But then he went ahead and booked his own flight without coordinating with me at all. By the time I checked, tickets were around $1,200 round trip. That already rubbed me the wrong way because if you invite someone on an international trip, wouldn't you at least plan it together? I told him I'm not going. Now he's acting like it's no big deal and that I could still come if I wanted. Here's the part that really got to me. He told me his entire family, parents, 2 brothers, and him, are all sharing one hotel room, likely to save money. And he's basically implying that if I do come, he's still just going to stay with them, meaning I'd have to figure out my own accommodations. But if he's this cheap, why is he always bragging about his high income? So I'm like, what exactly was the plan here? You invite me on a big trip, don't coordinate flights, don't account for where I'd stay, and expect me to drop $1,200 to just fend for myself in another country? It honestly makes me feel like the invite wasn't thoughtful at all, and I wasn't really considered. Like I was just an afterthought, and that he's evil for even having invited me and gotten my hopes up in the first place. Dump him.
Dump him.
Like,
I mean, I don't know if he's evil, but he's dumb.
No, he's not evil. I mean, whatever. It could be malicious, but it doesn't matter. This is like some insight into the rest of your life if you stay with him.
Yes. You should. Hey, you want to come to my brother's graduation? Oh, I already booked the ticket. So you could book your ticket. You can sit in a different seat on the plane. for that flight.
Also, stay in a different room.
I already have my hotel booked, so you got to figure out your hotel. So you'll have to link up somehow.
Also, I booked these reservations for my family, and they only had 5 people available.
Yeah, the dinner reservations are already booked.
You can sit at another table or go to another restaurant.
Right? You're fending for yourself. Why would I come? That doesn't sound fun. That doesn't.
Not at all.
This is a little insight into what the rest of your life will be.
Yeah.
If you don't like it now, you ain't gonna like it in the future.
No, I would completely 100% break up.
Hey, honey, so I booked our wedding and I booked our honeymoon. I booked my flight though. You should book your flight.
Imagine.
Honey, I booked my flight for the hotel room, or I booked my flight for the honeymoon. So let me know when you're good to go.
Like, why invite her at that point?
Why? You just did more harm to your relationship than good.
Yeah, no, seriously. He should have just like kept himself.
Rob, if you didn't mention it at all.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So top comment says, if you're going to pay for your own way on a trip, it shouldn't be to his family's event. It should be to a vacation you choose because you want to go there and see the sights and have fun. Exactly. Like, even besides the actual like planning of it all, that he's excluding her, like he's also not paying, which I do find like in a situation, because it's for his brother's graduation, he should have offered.
Right.
And if he's one to brag about his high income salary, buddy,
I agree.
pay up. Put your money where your mouth is.
Would it be appropriate to break up with him, then book your flight on the same day, and then book your own hotel room and stuff, and like they said, take that trip, take that solo trip, but rub it in his face. Yeah. When he sees you at the airport, like, oh, sup, loser? Yeah, I'm going on vacation.
Why spend money on that? Why spend your hard-earned money?
Spitefulness?
No, it's not worth it.
What if you've always wanted to go to London? You know, just choose that flight day to see him on the flight.
Sure, if you have a strong desire to go.
And then when you get your peanuts from the flight attendant, you throw them at him.
Just make his life miserable.
Yeah. All right. Last one for me. This one's coming from our favorite one to end on, TIFU. Today I fucked up. This was posted 3 days ago with 9,000 upvotes. The title is, Today I fucked up by kissing my friend because I was 100% sure he was about to kiss me first.
Oh no, I'm cringing.
This happened 3 days ago and I want to move to a different country. Try England. There's this guy in my friend group. We've been friends for about 1.5 years. Nothing weird, except lately it felt like something shifted, or I thought it did. He was texting me more, finding reasons to sit next to me, did this whole thing where he'd fix my hood when it was half stuck in my jacket collar, which, like, who does that platonically? Who? So, last Friday, we're at a pregame at our mutual friend's place. It gets late, people leave, and it's just me and him on the couch. Close, talking about nothing, and he gets this look on his face, kind of soft, kind of serious, leaning slightly, and going quiet mid-sentence. I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I kissed him. He did not kiss me back. Not like he pushed me away. He just froze and then pulled back a little and did this sharp exhale and said, oh, one syllable. Oh, I want to dissolve into the couch cushions and become part of the furniture forever. Turns out he was about to tell me that he likes my friend.
Get the fuck out.
Wanted my advice. Was working up the nerve. That was the look. That was the quiet. He was nervous about talking about her.
Oh my God.
I had to sit there for another 40 minutes because I couldn't leave without making it weirder. We both pretended to watch something on his phone. I don't know what it was. I was not processing visual information at that point. He texted me the next day like, hey, are you okay? And I said, yeah, LOL, and have not opened anything since. I have to see him Friday. Same friend group. They will be there. I am not okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No. Get me into witness protection program. Like, I need a whole new identity. Ship me off somewhere else. I never, ever, ever want to show my face again to this man or anybody that he knows.
So the top comment says, talk to him. Don't brush it off and act cool. Really talk to him. There's a 99% chance that he also has no idea how to navigate this, and he's just as embarrassed or confused as you are. Tell him it was a spur of the moment thought that you acted on because you think he's cute or whatever, and you misread the situation. Let him react from there. Don't self-sabotage and be like, it was nothing. I don't actually like you, haha. Put the ball on his side of the court and see what he does.
Okay, fair. See, that's
Right?
someone with some cojones.
Yeah.
Me, I'm weak.
I will dissolve.
Yeah.
Have you ever kissed anybody in high school and misread the situation?
No. I actually was forced to kiss somebody.
What is it?
Not really forced.
7 minutes in heaven?
No. I went on like a blind date, but it was like a double blind date.
Yeah.
And he was like really weird.
Oh.
And he walked me up to my doorstep.
Sweet.
And he kissed me, and I was so not into it, but I had to kiss him back. And then I ghosted him.
Oof.
I like absolutely like never talked to him again.
Oof.
And then because this was, I'm not gonna name names, but this was one of my friend's boyfriend's friend.
Yeah.
And then he was like complaining to her that I like ghosted him and
Makes
stuff.
sense. You gotta tell somebody.
Yeah.
Poor kid. Broke his heart.
He was weird.
So mean. Okay. Nah, everybody's got those weird high school people where you're like, we just didn't click. He was weird to me.
Yep.
All right. That brings us to an end.
All right.
Hope you guys enjoyed these top Reddit stories of this week. This is like, I feel like this is like Survivor 50. It's from the fans or for the fans or by the fans. You know, the fans, the Reddit users, they voted for these top upvotes. Speaking of Survivor, hashtag spoiler alert.
Wait, we don't do life updates.
Poor Charlie. I just wanted to talk about Charlie. I like Rizzo, but poor Charlie.
Swifty boy.
I was rooting for both of them. I was hyped when they became allies. And then
for like half a second.
For like half a second.
Literally half a second.
Literally half a second. And then Charlie
his
melted down.
Soul interview, and he was like, I don't like Rizzo.
Poor guy. All right. On last week's episode, I asked you guys to let us know if you wanted a t-shirt, and we did the raffle from the week before. With the timing of when we're filming this, which is the Saturday after the last Best of the Week went live, I'm actually going to hold the t-shirt raffle until next Best of the Week Friday, because I would do the raffle while I'm filming, and I just feel like there hasn't been enough time since the last episode air to give everybody a fair shot to get into it. So on next Friday's episode, we'll do the raffle 2 weeks after. So on episode 147, we'll do the raffle for the 145 giveaway, and maybe we'll kind of keep that going. Just so that there's enough time for people to comment and get their free t-shirts. But if you don't want to wait until you get the free t-shirt, just click the link down below. Go to threadtalkpodcast.com and order yourself up a white or black t-shirt. So appreciate everybody.
We should wear those next episode.
We should. Let's
I don't know
get
if we've
one.
worn them.
We did. We wore them the first time we got them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we should do that again. They're super cute.
They're super cute.
All right, and that's the little floof, the star of the show.
Star of the show, little floof over. He's really been the star. He's stepped up. You know,
I know
his co-anchor,
he's been in it.
His co-anchor has just not wanted to come to work lately.
We're talking about you, Luna.
We freaking pay her so much on this network, and we just don't get enough use out of her. But Jack, he's been really clocking in the overtime, making up for his co-anchors. She keeps calling in sick. I'm getting suspicious of it now. I think I'm gonna need to get a doctor's note soon. She did get a tooth pulled recently, so that might be the reason why. But yeah, Jack's really been holding down the fort here, Precious. I don't know if I want to make a podcast studio. I think I want to keep using the couch because, well, yeah, you know, we're gonna put couches downstairs. We would have went to chairs, and then we don't get Jack beside us. I don't know if I like that.
I know. Yeah, this is fine.
We'll just keep doing it like this. Also, there's something new in this episode that wasn't on the last episode. Do you want to talk about it at all?
Yeah.
It's behind me.
It's above Denver's head. Guys, let me just say I apologize. I am so sorry to everybody who reached out for the picture, for wanting to paint the picture for us.
Yes.
Also, we just learned.
We appreciate all the Instagram DMs.
We just learned what self-portrait means. It means that you're drawing it yourself of yourself.
That's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
For
so
Teresa,
many of you.
Because I didn't say it.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay, well, anyways, I guess portrait would just suffice.
Yeah.
So when we asked a couple episodes ago if anybody wanted to paint a portrait of us, I didn't realize my parents actually had already ordered this picture for us. But it's not painted. It's just a print of it. But this was the exact picture that I wanted to be painted for us. But anyways, it's in our living room now, and
it's spectacular.
yes, I am so sorry to waste anybody's time. If you message us, we should have responded and apologized. But
yes.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe in the future,
the next house,
or we have been thinking about getting portraits of the cats.
The cats, yeah.
Maybe one day. So we'll definitely keep you guys in mind. But yeah, I love that picture. It's so fucking great.
I know, I love it too. Speaking of that picture, because that's our wedding, we at the time of filming this, we just finished the pre-wedding vlog. That took me the longest amount of time to edit. That took me like 4 days to edit down from how many hours of footage that I had. It was amazing. Yeah, it was the first like 3 days of us getting to Italy with all of our family, and it's a good watch. It's an hour long. It's the longest YouTube video we posted on our channel. It's an hour long of like non-stop 3-4 days. It was great. Teresa and I have watched it twice. We watched it twice yesterday.
Yeah.
When I finished editing it. It's so great.
Spent 2 hours watching it.
It's an hour each, and we watched it, and then we went and grocery shopping, and we came home late on the couch and like, you want to watch it again?
It was so fun. I loved it so much. It's very like home video style, like kind of like documentary style.
Kind of, right?
It's not really vlog.
Yeah, it's not.
It's really fun though.
It's not our usual vlog content.
Yeah.
It's much more in it, and I enjoy it.
The best week of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm excited to show our family tomorrow when they come see the new place. And yeah. All right. So appreciate you guys. If you guys do want to enter into a contest, I guess if you want to enter in the next giveaway, comment on this episode that you want a t-shirt. We'll do another giveaway. So drop a comment down below on this one, and in 2 weeks time we'll do a raffle off of this video and we'll give away another shirt. So just let me know in the comments down below, I want to enter to win a t-shirt. And while you're there, make sure you smash the like button. And if you're coming over from Spotify over to YouTube, you got to drop it on YouTube, because that's how I'm able to, there's a website that will pick a YouTube comment. So that's how I do it. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, join us on Patreon. Bonus episode coming up. Great stories coming up on Sunday. And I can't think of anything else. Thanks for all your support.
That's it.
Appreciate you
Thank
guys.
you.
Love
ya.
Bye. Hello? Check one.
Hello.
Hey, sexy lady.
Oh. Wait, how does that go?
Yeah, what is that song? Sexy lady?
Hey, sexy lady. Oh, it's open Gangnam Style.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's what that song is. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Okay.
All right.
Let's see.
That already grubbed me the wrong way. Why did I say grubbed?